Hi friends, this is Silver from Phoenix Studio Productions, and today I'm bringing you the official announcement of my final list for the Alphabet Challenge. Now, if you don't know what the Alphabet Challenge is, it is my attempt to play 26 games by the end of this year, one that represents each letter of the alphabet. I made a blog on Game Informer about a month ago, and the link will be in the description, of kind of my opinions on what games I would play and asking for comments if anyone had any other ideas. I did get a few comments from people that helped adjust my list of what I had so far, but a lot of what I had kind of made the cut. So the official list is Alan Wake, Bastion, Condemned, Deadly Creatures, Eternal Darkness, Freedom Fighters, God of War, Heavy Rain, Infamous, Jak and Daxter, Katamari Damacy, Limbo, Mirror's Edge, No More Heroes, Okami, Prey, Quantum of Solace, Rayman Origins, Singularity, Transformers War for Cybertron, Uncharted, Vex, Walking Dead Episode 1, XIII, Yakuza, and Zone of the Enders. Now, I do have a few disclaimers about this. I have spent some time with most of these games, but not more than a few hours and not enough to get anywhere close to the end of the game. So we are going to be starting fresh for the Let's Plays with no save states beforehand. So you will hopefully get a complete look of the entire game, as I do plan on finishing each of these games through their main storyline. If it has multiplayer, I'm probably not going to be playing that. And it's not a 100% completed, like, I'm not going to be finding all the secrets. It's just to go through the main story, get the idea of the plot, and hopefully be able to move on to the next thing in the series, especially for things like Uncharted and God of War. So a few things that I'm excited about that are kind of surprising are Eternal Darkness, which a lot of people have told me that I need to play, and that it's one of the best GameCube experiences that you can find. And why it's surprising that I'm excited for this is that I don't like scary things. I don't watch horror movies. I don't like people creeping me out. I walk my dog at night carrying mace. So I don't like dangerous situations, which is ironic since I wanted to be a police officer. But I don't like scary things. And I'm excited for Eternal Darkness. Not only because a lot of people told me that I need to play it, but because I've heard that it messes with your mind and messes with your TV, which I think is pretty crazy. And there's a rumor going around, I think it's still a rumor, that Eternal Darkness 2 will come out for the Wii U, which, that's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that it's a great game and that they'd want another one, and probably, there's things like Dead Space and, like Condemned and Amnesia, which I haven't played any of those. Some of them made it onto my list, but that are also all creepy games, but people are pretty excited about Eternal Darkness too, so I am one of those people that has to play the whole series if I can, before a new installment comes out. So, like, when I work at GameStop, and when I was hearing about people that were like, oh, I'm pre-ordering Mass Effect 3, I was like, oh, what'd you think of the first two? They're like, I didn't play the first two. I don't understand that, because I need the entire story. I need everything that I can get out of a series. So that's why I'm starting with Uncharted, even though I have all three of them, and obviously things like Condemned, there's a second one, Infamous, Jack and Daxter. But as such, I'm pretty excited about Eternal Darkness, is what I'm trying to say. Um, Another game that I'm excited about that I wasn't sure that I would be is Okami, which is something else that a lot of people told me that I needed to play, and that it's a fantastic. I'm playing it on the Wii. Um, a lot of people told me that I needed to play the Wii version and not the PS2 version. And I have played a little bit of it, and I liked it so far, but um, my Wii skills are a little lacking. I tend to play my 360 over my PS3 or my Wii, which is why there are a lot of PlayStation exclusive games on here. And the last one I'm a little bit surprised I'm excited about is Yakuza. Now, obviously, this has been a pretty popular series. There's 5 games in it now. But actually, what kind of got me into it was watching the Reiner and Phil of the newest one, which is Dead Souls, I believe. I always want to say Dark Souls. That's a different game. And after reading the review and watching the video, I was like, man, this seems like a really funny, over-the-top series, and I really wanted to play it. The PlayStation 3 is the first Sony console I had, so I didn't really have a chance to play Yakuza before. But even when I heard of it, I always thought it was a fighting game for some reason. And I don't like fighting games. I'm awful at fighting games. So it never really seemed interesting to me. But after watching the video, I was like, hey, this seems like a fantastic series and would make me laugh a lot. So I'm pretty excited about playing Yakuza. By the way, Phil Kohler, I miss you. Some games that I'm a little unsure of. Freedom Fighters. Now, I'm playing this game on the GameCube, and I know essentially nothing about it. From the research that I've done, it's gotten pretty decent scores, but I'm not sure how well it'll hold up, so that'll be an adventure for all of us. Quantum of Solace. I am not excited about this game because I did not like the movie, and I don't like Daniel Craig as James Bond. But, I mean, it got kind of average scores, and my other options for Q were Quantum Theory and Quake 3. And I'm sure I'm going to get a whole lot of comments that are like, you should play Quake 3 instead. Well, as I explained earlier, I'm one of those people that needs to play the entire series first, and I don't have a way to play Quake 1 or 2. And even though I'm pretty sure it's a series that you don't need to play the first 2, from what I am assuming, I'm not going to play Quake 3. I'm sorry. At least for this. I might eventually, but I'm not going to for the Alphabet Challenge. So, Quantum of Solace, kind of my only other option. Vex? Never heard of it. Had never heard of it until I was doing research trying to find a V game that wasn't Vampire Rain. So, Vex is kind of got average scores. It's apparently a sort of generic platformer, but I assume that it's probably better than Vampire Rain or Velvet Assassin or Van Helsing, which were the only other V games I could think of. So that's what we're doing there. And the other one I'm not sure of, which I'll probably get a lot of flack for this too, is Zone of the Enders. And that's only because I'm not a fan of mechs. I think that they are... I don't know why I don't like them. I guess I kind of view them as cowardly because anyone can be brave when they're surrounded by 20,000 tons of metal and steel that are protecting them. But I'm just not a fan of mechs. Sorry. Not a fan of mechs. And I could never get into Gundam Wing when I was younger, anything like that. But hey, Zone of the Enders is popular enough that it's getting an HD remake for the PS3. So a lot of people liked it, obviously. A lot of people miss it and are excited about the HD remake. So maybe this game will change my opinion on mechs. Who knows? And then there are the obvious games that people were like, you haven't played this game, it has to be on your list. There's no excuse for not ever playing this game. Um, God of War, Heavy Rain, Infamous, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted. As I said earlier, I don't play my PS3 too much, so it's not surprising that those are all PS3 exclusives, and that I haven't played them. um, but those are just kind of the games that I'm excited for, that I'm not so excited for, and that are kind of no-brainers. So that is my official list, and we are going to be playing them in order, so Alan Wake will be recorded here soon. And please just keep watching the channel for updates on the Let's Plays, and I would really appreciate it if, even if you were looking forward to a specific game, if you would watch, or at least click on, the videos beforehand of the games that I'm doing at the moment, because sort of the response that I get determines how far I go with doing Let's Plays. I found that doing Let's Plays is a lot more work than you think it is, and if I don't get a very good response to doing them, I probably will just stick to doing written reviews after I finish the game on my own, which is much less exciting, much less fun, and totally a waste of all the money that I spent on getting a recording device. But anyway, so just keep watching the channel, subscribe, comment. If there's something that you would have rather me done, feel free to throw that out there. If this goes well, this might not be the last time I do this, or I might do kind of a separate little thing, and I will do Let's Plays of other games that don't have to be in a specific alphabetical order or anything like that. So if there's something that you want me to play that you think, hey, you should have considered this for your list, if you read the blog, then you saw that I kind of had some kind of limitations on the games that I would play. I wasn't going to play any RPGs because that would take way too long, and I'm not sure that I can play these 26 games in the 5 months that I have, even though none of them are more than like 15 hours. Just with the recording and the commentating and editing and all of that stuff, and the fact that I do have a job and a life sometimes outside of playing video games. So no RPGs on this list, and no open world type of games, anything like that. And obviously the games that I've already played a significant amount of or beaten are not eligible. So if there's a game that you would have rather me played, or that you would like me to play at a different time, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to have that first episode up soon.